Sweep the area for hunters, but be careful. Move out.
Hey guys, this is Nikki and welcome to some more The Last of Us multiplayer survivors gameplay. This is the game mode where you get one life and you gotta wait until next round to respawn if you go down. Got the items from that crate and there's a med kit sitting right next to that white box over there that I totally neglected to get. But I'm gonna jump up here expecting there to be one on this desk in the classroom, but there's not, so I'm gonna be without a med kit. That's alright though. I'm gonna find some more supplies in this second chest because you can usually hit up 2 chests before you see any enemies. Gonna make myself my own med kit. A little bit of a waste because I could have used that for a Molotov if I had one more ingredient, but gonna make myself a smoke bomb as well. Usually up in that hole in the walls where you start encountering some enemies. So I was gonna use some smoke to move up if there were any, but using my listen mode we can see that there aren't any. They must have gone across the way instead of coming around and fighting us over here. Gonna check out the window for a second to see no enemy movement. They're not gonna be picked up on the listen mode if they're not moving around or running around or anything. So I'm gonna move up slowly. I'm pretty sure it's safe. Usually you don't want to do this so early if there are enemies up there, but my teammates up there weren't shot, so I can just go ahead and crouch on my way up to the second window. They're definitely on that other side though, since we haven't been shot at yet. You can see one just popped up on radar for a split second right there. Packing my semi-auto again with the revolver. And here's another med kit over on the shelf, the little low table right there that I totally neglected. But I heard some shots fired out here, so I'm going to check out what's going on. Looks like my teammates looking for someone to shoot at, and a lot of people have for some reason the instinct to just run out there and fire at a bunch of people, but you got to go cover to cover in this game. I like playing airsoft or paintball, and my teammate's gonna go out of cover. As you can see, he's just standing out in the open. That's why he gets taken down. I'm gonna see if I can save him right now. There's one enemy over there that I just managed to execute, and it looks like there's some more guys behind the fountain, multiple ones. I don't want to take them on 1v2 or 1v3. How many of them are back there? And especially don't want to run out there in the middle of nowhere where I have no cover. So I'm going to stay right back here until they aren't looking in my direction. And I have a nice piece of cover right here just in case they start returning fire. I'm going to execute my second guy that round. There's some supplies out there that I'm going to want to get because I need 89. And that's actually on the high end. But they know where I am now. So luckily I crafted that med kit from earlier. My team's got some supporting fire for me. And it looks like there's one guy left hiding behind that fountain. So I'm going to run up here, grab my supplies because my clan's going to need them. Looks like there's a bomb over there, and I don't want my teammates to step on them. Those bombs are actually really tricky to see on the ground, especially if you're too focused on hunting down the last guy. So I'm going to mark it and blow it up right before it totally nails my teammate. And I'm going to make my way around the other side of the fountain because it's nice to flank people. It gets you a nice side advantage where they can't shoot at you and you can just shoot them in the back. So I'll pop behind this guy, put a few shots into him, and it looks like my last teammate over there didn't go down. So that keeps 3 of us alive. Unfortunately, 1 guy went down, but first round 1 managed to execute 3 people. That's a pretty good job so far. That's what I really like about this multiplayer is it's really tactical. It's not about who can shoot first or who can shoot the best or even who has the best connection. You can get away with lower connections in this game. At least that's what I think. I have some pretty slow internet sometimes and I'm still winning gunfights. It's not mostly gun skill, although that is really important, being able to land your shots since you have a limited amount of bullets. But this game's a lot more focused on skipping over med packs like I just did again, but also being able to outmaneuver, outflank your opponents, predict what they're going to do, and work with your team a little bit. I don't have any teammates right now, but now I'm partnering up with some of my bros, and we have some pretty good coordination going down. We have games where none of us die, which is pretty amazing. So just being able to outthink people, it's really what pays off in this game rather than gun on gun, who's going to shoot first. It's not a lot about that Twitch reaction stuff like it is in COD, although that does have its place in COD. I like the stealth, the slow pacedness of this game and stopping to think about what your opponent's doing. And speaking about what my opponent's doing, they're over here on the same building that we started in when we were playing on their side. We've switched sides now, and it looks like they're inside this building. Going inside that huge crack in the wall might be a bad idea because I'm not going to have any cover, and that guy's going to be able to tag me around the wall. So I'm going to try to move up slowly. Going to detect him. I hear some shots fired. There's some arrows going off. I'm going to sprint ahead. This puts me on radar, so probably not the best idea, but luckily that guy's down, so I'm just going to put 2 shots in him to execute him. This semi-auto's 2 shots to execute, 3 shots to down. So since I was a little low on ammo, they're going to be generous and give me 3 extra shots inside of that crate, which they wouldn't have given me if I hadn't fired anything. But it looks like there's shots fired. Enemies are down that hallway, and this is a really tricky hallway to maneuver down because the only cover you have are on the sides where the windows are, as you can see on the left right there, and they have a nice vantage point behind that desk. But I'm going to sprint ahead to cover and see if I can get up to this guy. He's got a nice piece of cover right there with a friend. That guy thinks this is COD and is going to decide to run forward. Luckily, I'm going to save him. He's at red health right now. I don't want him to go down. Luckily, our teammate over there has first aid training, and he's going to bandage him up a little bit. Strength in numbers right here. Looks like the 3 of us were able to overpower those 2 guys. And there's one enemy left. Time to hunt them down. I'm not going to get this guy, spoiler alert. So I'm going to cut out a little bit of the gameplay here. Hope you guys don't mind. Just going to buy myself some armor. And the guy below me is just going to beat the crap out of the last dude. Next 2 rounds are going to get pretty intense. And this is what I really like about these one life game modes. When you're the last one alive and your entire team spectating you, seeing if you're going to choke or pull off a massive clutch. This is going to be these next few rounds where I'm going to be under some serious pressure. My heart's going to be racing. And I'm going to see if I can pull out a win in 4 straight rounds. And for some reason I decided to run around up the stairs to the classroom and get the second chest first. And I'm going to have to run down and get the first chest because out of one chest you are very rarely going to get enough supplies to craft anything useful. So while all my teammates are going to forge ahead, I'm going to have to run back and get the chest that starts off close to the spawn. Not entirely sure why I did that. No med kits again. Luckily I have armor this time, which will allow me to take more bullets. But got to jump up the dumpsters and meet up with the rest of my team. Going to craft myself some stuff really quick. Med kits and Molotovs take the same ingredients to make. Actually, Molotovs take one more ingredient, which is binding. And if this were me in the future, because I'm a lot more experienced with this game, I would have gone with a Molotov, because Molotovs are a little bit OP in this game. They're pretty insane. You can one-shot kill people with these things if you hit them directly, even if they have armor. And those things are very scary. If you see someone carrying one of those around, they can just nail you and you're not even going to have a chance to respond. But I do see enemies across the way. They're not going to be peeking their heads out, and I already have one teammate down. Shots are going to be fired around that fountain again, so I'm going to run towards my teammates to see what they're doing. They're bunched up right there. It is important to stay near your teammates, but maybe not that close, because those guys could easily be taken out by a bomb or a Molotov, and they could have more angles on the enemy. But if they get pinned down right there, that's going to be a serious problem. Luckily, I'm over here to support them. And speaking of which, there's a firefight going on right now. Both those guys are stuck in that area. Luckily, the enemies don't know I'm here until I start sprinting this way. And I'm going to execute this chick really quick.
No one comes back from that!
Had to do an extra good job with that, make sure she couldn't get revived. But it looks like my team is completely pinned down right now. They're surrounded and one guy's quickly closing in on them. I'm going to need to save my bros. I was being cautious right here though. Didn't quite get out in time. They both need revives. 3 shots to down, 2 shots to execute. That guy is out. And I am really, really low on semi-auto. So I'm going to need to switch to my pistol. Going to nail this guy really quickly. He was probably low health. Going to try to revive this guy. Not quite enough time. My armor's going to protect me. No damage taken. Reload. Watch this.
Hunter, look alive! Nice! Hold on, they're almost finished. Step it up. Bound to be more coming.
Didn't miss a beat right there. Every single shot went into that dude, and I managed to execute the entire enemy team while still keeping one of my dudes alive. They must feel pretty stupid right now having one guy take their entire team out. But time for round 4. That's what I really love about multiplayer games, putting the entire team on your back and managing to come out there alive and with the win. I was afraid right there that I was going to go down and not have a flawless gameplay for you guys, but I actually do have a ton of those on my hard drive. Those clutches though, your heart's racing and you're just operating on pure reaction, and my mind really froze up right there. I'm trying to do a little bit better of a job. In fact, as I get more experience with games, I cannot freeze up, but that was all pure reaction right there. That was my inner COD player coming out and just nailing everyone with all my pinpoint accurate shots. But now we're going down on the opposite side of the map. Right out there is the best crate in the entire map on University. That usually contains a melee weapon, but you're more likely to get cool stuff if you're losing the game. We're winning by quite a bit, so hopping into that crate isn't really worth it. I'd probably get a rag or something. Nothing worth putting my life at risk for, although if I did really want it, if my team were behind and I really wanted that cool stuff, then I could have rushed up to there to get it. It is a little bit of a risk though if the enemy team is watching it, because they know you're going to want the cool stuff. They'll pick you out pretty quickly, because anything in the middle of any map is a wide open, hey, shoot me in the face kind of signal. Well, my teammate way on the other side of the map totally went down because he didn't stick with the team, no one to support him. That's why you got to stay with your people, because you're just going to be picked off if you decide to go alone. I call out that guy who's through the wall, and one of my teammates is going to be super aggressive and try to get up there and get him. He's going to take a few shots, and I'm going to get up there to support him, but very slowly because I'm a little bit more passive of a player than he is. And this guy looks like he's going to need some help. Going to get that guy down. A bit low on ammo right now. I'm going to need to buy some more from the store, especially that there are 3 enemies alive. And I can see one guy on radar closing in, and we got to reload. Fumbling around the buttons, to be honest, right now because I'm a little nervous. Don't want to die on this gameplay. I got a 2v3 situation right here. Going to see this guy around the wall. Tag him really quickly for the extra points. Nice try punching me. I'm going to get the execution right here. That was a little bit of a risk right there. I was hoping my teammate on the other side would cover me as I executed that guy. Luckily, he dropped some bullets. I'm really, really low health right now, so I'm going to call for a retreat. My armor breaks right here. It saved me right there. If I didn't have it, then I would definitely be crawling around on the ground contemplating my life. Luckily, my teammate's a medic. He's going to heal me up. Very helpful perk, First Aid Training 2 and First Aid Training 3 can help you heal your teammates. And I'm going to stay back here waiting for the enemies to run around the corner. I see one appear on radar. This game's not about rushing at the red dots though, so I'm going to use this piece of cover pretty intelligently. Luckily my teammate has a bow, so he's not going to be giving us away because bows don't appear on radar. And I'm just waiting for the last guy to come around and flank us, but shots are fired. My guy's going to be taken down. I'm pretty sure someone's carrying around an assault rifle or something automatic because he got taken down pretty quickly and those shots were loud. That guy's got a shotgun, so I really need to be careful right now because I can very easily be picked out with no armor. And I feel really bad for this guy. He helped me out, but I couldn't revive him. It was him or both of us, to be honest. We would have both gone down right here. But with pinpoint accuracy and precision, gonna down that guy, and time to pull out the clutch.
That's it. We're done here. Let command know we're coming home.
That was one instance where it was a better idea to run than revive, although to be honest it haunts me a little bit at night knowing that I couldn't save my medic friend, but the retreat helped me win the game and pull out the second clutch in a row. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment, subscribe for more The Last of Us content, and if you want to play with me, then I would follow my Twitter because I announce when I have open spots in my party. I usually roll with a couple of bros, but if I have an open spot, then I'll let you guys know. Anyway, I've been Nicky, and I will see you all some other time.